Okay, I think we're gonna get started now. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for your interest in ServiceNow. And for those of you who are already our customers, thank you for being a customer. We truly value your input and your business. Today you're here joined by myself, Brian Lamb, Jeff Fox, and Peter Goris. All three of us are product managers on the ITSM Gen AI team. And we're here excited to show you some of the Now Assist for ITSM capabilities, and especially some of the new features that we just launched earlier this month. Um, we will be recording this session and we will be posting the recording on the ServiceNow community website. So if you want to refer back at a later date, you can always visit that website, and we'll post this in the chat as well. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to Jeff to go over to do a quick overview of the current capabilities of Now Assist, and then later on, we will dive into the May release features. So Jeff, if you don't mind, could you please start sharing your screen?
You bet. Thanks, Brian. Can you see my screen now?
Yes,
All right,
looks good.
cool. Thanks everybody for joining. So we're going to start out with a high-level view of some of the Now Assist capabilities, particularly around Now Assist for ITSM, and we're going to do this by persona. So we're going to start out with the requester persona. And first, to talk about what we're enhancing is AI search. Now, AI search is not a new capability. The idea here is pretty straightforward. We take a search query and we return relevant knowledge base articles, and this works really well. However, that extra click between going into an article and trying to read it can sometimes be the difference between a resolution and a log ticket. And so with Now Assist for AI search, you get answers. Employees get that snippet of information. It helps save them that click and any extra steps in terms of searching for the right passage or the right answer. This capability is helpful for employees, service owners, and agents because they're able to get answers faster, and it reduces mean time to resolution and improves case deflection. It's just generally a better experience for everyone. When you combine AI search results with our summarization capabilities, you get magical results. And how does this work? The magic is really in our retrieval augmented generation architecture, which really takes the search query, finds the most relevant article, and then pairs that with where we leverage retrieval augmented generation to with the data that's in your knowledge base to generate the results. And this really reduces the risk of any hallucinations. So strong capability there in terms of AI search. Now we have virtual agent. And again, virtual agent is not new. However, the Now Assist version of virtual agent is a fresh take. In this case, a virtual agent ingests your knowledge and KB articles and makes them KB articles and catalog items and makes them conversational for your end users. And what this means is that you can get up and running in about 15 minutes with virtual agent now. That's fast. There's no more training the model, setting up intents and utterances, and that sort of thing. It's much more straightforward to get up and going, and 15 minutes is fast. We also enable you to build your own custom topics in the event that an existing KB article or catalog item is not sufficient. And finally, we've integrated these capabilities with ServiceNow Mobile and Microsoft Teams. This allows you to get the great experiences from Now Assist and AI Search and Now Assist and Virtual Agent through these alternative channels. We always want to meet customers where they are, and this is just another step in that direction. All right, now we'll segue on to how we're helping agents. And the first agent capability is around chat summarization. This capability takes the chat transcript between the employee and the agent, or the employee and a virtual agent, and summarizes it. And this is really helpful for agents who need to pick up where that last agent left off. Instead of having to scroll through the entire transcript, they're able to see that chat summary from Now Assist. And that reduces mean time to resolution because agents aren't looking through all that volume of information. It's also a delightful experience that helps agents get up to speed faster and prevents them from asking employees maybe for some information that they've already included because it's included in the summary. We understand that not every interaction starts off with virtual agent, so we have incident summarization. When employees log a ticket, the first agent that picks up the incident isn't always the one that can resolve it. They'll typically try a few things and then hand it off to the next agent. And incident summarization helps that next agent pick up exactly where the last one left off. Again, without having to scroll through an entire log of notes, just seeing what the existing issue and actions taken and other content are. And resolution notes generation. So when an incident is resolved, best practice is to document a resolution code, but add resolution notes. And with this feature, the resolution notes are auto-generated for the agent. This not only saves time, but helps them stick to the best practice. And furthermore, these resolution notes can be used to generate knowledge articles or referenced by other agents and users. And finally, we have side panel, Now Assist side panel. This is a new way of engaging with the platform, and it is easily accessible for agents to be able to converse and ask questions and get answers from Now Assist within the platform. Moving on to admin capabilities. We have this simplified virtual agent admin experience. Talked a little bit earlier about how much faster it is to get up and running with the LLM-powered virtual agent. Every release, we try to come up with ways to simplify this setup process to help get up and running in less than 15 minutes. And in terms of ITSM admin experience, when it comes to activating the skills for analysis for ITSM, it's a very intuitive interface under the Now Assist admin console. It helps get up and running quickly, we say in 15 minutes. It also supports the setup for Now Assist and Virtual Agent and Now Assist and AI search under the platform section, and leverages ServiceNow's content security models for to govern data access for each user. So there's a lot of we're increasing customizations where skills can be applied to different users and different roles over time. So that's what we have in terms of a highlight view of the Now Assist for ITSM capabilities. Brian, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jeff. So before I start talking about the May release features, I do want to launch a quick poll and hear some feedback. So I know a lot of you aren't currently customers. So if you aren't a current customer of ITSM Pro Plus or Enterprise Plus, feel free to ignore this. But for those of you who are already who have already purchased, we'd love to hear how the implementation is going. If you've implemented it, how was that setup experience? We'd love to hear on a scale of 1 to 5 how that went. And then I'm going to ask one more follow-up after this just to get a little bit more information. And while that's coming in, I'm going to start sharing my screen and getting ready for my portion of the presentation. Great. And go back. And one more question. It's just like before, for those of you who have already bought it, we'd love to know what you've turned on. And if you haven't turned anything on, we'd also love to know why, what's currently stopping you. And if it's something we can help with, we'd love to reach out after this session and see if we can kind of get you guys along that journey. So while this poll is still going, I'm going to start talking about the May release features. So in May, we released a prompt management, which is part of the incident summarization feature. We also released knowledge generation, which you can see over here right in the middle. And we also released some new out-of-the-box LLM-powered virtual agent topics. So we looked at the most commonly used NLU topics, and we are now providing them as out-of-the-box LLM-powered solutions for virtual agent. So I'm going to go into a little bit more depth into what each of these things represent, and I'm going to start with incident summarization. And before I go into the prompt management, I want to show you what incident summarization looks like today. So with the May release, um, we've started to include prompt headers. And so, for example, you see issue, key action taken, service level agreement, affected CIs, and impacted services. Prior to May, the summarizations were a little bit less organized, so we wanted to make sure we captured certain pieces of important information and present them in a very organized and easy to consume manner with every single incident summarization. So with the May release, which requires you to upgrade to patch 3 Washington, and you need to upgrade to Now Assist for ITSM version 4.0.1, and you'll also need to upgrade to SOW Service Operations Workspace 5.0.0. Assuming you've done all of these things, this is what the new incident summarization format will look like. Now, we've also included an additional configurability option where you can kind of pick and choose which of these prompt headers you actually want to include, depending on what state the incident is. So for example, if it's a brand new incident, maybe you're not going to include key action taken because nothing's actually happened. But for work in progress, for resolved, and for close, you might want to include specific headers that you deem relevant for your organization and how you guys do things. So let me show you how that works. So I'm going to go over here to the sysadmin. I'm logged in as sysadmin here. And if you want to configure your prompt headers, however which way you want, the first step you're going to do is you're going to find the incident summarization that's out of the box, and we're going to make a copy. This step is important because the out of the box incident summarization, everything is locked down. So you will not be able to change the input tables or customize prompts. So I'm just going to name this incident summarization 530 for today's date. And we're going to move on to choose input. So here, this is where you can select which tables incident summarization will pull information from to generate an incident summarization. And you have the ability to select different input tables depending on what state the incident is in. So right now we support 4 tables. Right now we support the incident table along with 4 additional tables. So those 4 tables would be task SLA, right here, affected CIs, impacted CIs, as well as child incidents. And so I'm going to leave everything standard here, but I am going to show you how to customize the prompt on the next page. So here is where you get to select, okay, for a new incident, what prompt headers do I want? What section headers do I want? For example, I'm going to say I also want to include service level agreement. And then for work in progress incidents, I actually want to include child incidents as well. And for resolved, I also want to include child incidents. And I guess I'll do it for closed incidents as well. So this is where you can kind of pick and choose what you want to show and how you want incident summarization to present the information to you. So definitely a really handy tool. And over here on the next page for availability, we can customize when this skill will surface up. So default out of the box, it's always going to be available. But let's say I only want it to be available for incidents created after May 1st. And you can always select additional conditions based on activity, assignment group, panel, kind of whatever you want. But this is a nice way, like if you're worried about potentially running up against the cap of assist, this is a nice way to say, okay, I only want this skill available if certain criteria are met. So let's move on here. And In the select display field, this is where you get to choose which roles will be entitled to this skill. So I've put in admin, ITIL, and ITIL admin, and I want to make sure it is displayed in product. So it will be displayed both in SOW and also UI16. And then I'm also going to go ahead and display it in the Now Assist panel that Jeff talked about earlier. So save and continue. And we get to the review page. So do a quick review of the configurations you set. And if everything looks good, we're going to go ahead and activate this. And once you activate a copy of incident summarization, the default incident summarization will be deactivated. So here's the copy that we just walked through, and you can see that it's active. And here's the out of the box one that is now inactive. And these are also some other copies that I was working on earlier that are all inactive. You can only have one copy active at one time. All right, so before going into a demo of what this actually looks like from an agent's perspective, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how to turn on knowledge generation. So this one is super straightforward. We're going to go to Now Assist Features, Technology. We're going to find the knowledge card, and we're going to go into Details. We're going to click Activate Skill. If this is the first time you're activating it, it will take you to the Choose Input page, okay? So under Choose Input, this is basically just like incident summarization. These are the tables in which the KBGen function will pull information from to generate a KB article for you. So in this case, not a lot of configurability here offered yet, so we can just go ahead and move on. And just like before, we can choose when this skill is available. So in this case, I want to make sure that it's only available if the incident is resolved or closed. But again, like before, you can kind of set whatever criteria that you feel is appropriate. And I'm going to make sure this is displayed in SOW and UI16 by checking off this box and selecting the roles that will be entitled. So I'm going to make sure admin and ITIL are entitled to this. I'm also going to go ahead and turn it on for the Now Assist panel. And we're going to hit save and continue. Do a quick review. Everything looks good. And we're going to activate it. Great. So we've just turned on the new incident summarization copy. We've also turned on the new KBGen feature. I'm actually going to switch over back to my ITIL agent persona. And let's see if the new incident summarization is working. If it is, I would expect to see a new header for child incidents to appear. So let me do a quick refresh and let's see if that's working. Awesome. So I can see that we do have that new header. Multiple child incidents reported with the similar issues, although the data doesn't seem to be working. So that might just be a an issue with the record. But it's good to see that we do have the child incident prompt working and showing up on our incident summarization. So let's say that the agent has now resolved this issue, this incident. All right, she figured out a way how to fix it, and she's now going to move this from a in progress state to a resolved state. Solution provided. If this is your first time seeing our product, this is another feature that Jeff walked through, the resolution note generation. So basically Now Assist pre-populates the resolution note for you based on the information in the incident field. So we're going to click resolve. And now that this incident is resolved, I should be able to create a knowledge article directly from the incident. So I'm going to select the knowledge base. In this case, I only have one. And we provide a couple different templates. The KCS template is for the knowledge-centered service management methodology, where ITIL agents are able to draft and potentially publish knowledge articles themselves. And then if you're not using the KCS format, we recommend you go with the standard one, which is where a knowledge manager or knowledge management team would have to come in and create them themselves, and the agents cannot do that. In this case, we're going to show off the KCS workflow. So we're going to select KCS article HTML. We're going to hit create article. And you'll see this little pop-up. Do you want to use AI to draft this article? Yes, I do. Awesome. Please save me some time. Let's see what it comes up with. So based on the information from the incident, Now Assist has populated the issue field description as well as the resolution. And that saves me, the agent, a bunch of time. I don't need to start from scratch. Instead, I can just come in, review what Now Assist has provided me with, make edits where necessary. Assuming everything is good, she can go ahead and click save. And also publish the article if she has the publishing rights. In my situation, agent 2 is actually an L2 agent. And so she does have rights to publish this article. So this makes it very easy for agents to address any potential gaps in the knowledge base and really quickly come up with a new article that talks about how to resolve a certain issue, make that documentation, and hopefully save a bunch of employees and a bunch of agents a whole bunch of time going down the line. Cool. So that is the demo for prompt management as well as KB generation. I'm going to hand it back over to Jeff now, where he's going to give a quick demo of the new out-of-the-box LLM-powered VA topics.
Thanks, Brian. Let me go ahead and share my screen here again. All right. Can you see it?
Looks good.
All right, thanks. Okay, so folks, we've got these new now LLM topics that were released with our May release, the 401 release, and they work in a really simplified way. So these took some of the most frequently used now virtual agent topics from our NLU powered virtual agent and published them out of the box for the LLM powered virtual agent. And there's a handful of them here that we're going to demonstrate, and I want to show you how to activate them. They come in as a template. So this Escalate IT ticket template -LLM is one of them. The template itself needs to be duplicated and activated for the Now Assist and for Now Assist and Virtual Agent to leverage it. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we'll get into a quick demo of it. So I'm going to, sorry, I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to click on it. And again, this is the templated topic. The process to enable it is to duplicate it. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to just say Escalate IT ticket live test, and I'm going to save it. So now we have this new topic that's been created, standard topic type. It's got the name I entered. It's an LLM powered topic, and it has this topic description that informs the LLM exactly what it is supposed to do when this topic is employed. The thing that needs to be done here is to check the box that has this available for the Now Assistant Virtual Agent for this assistant, and that's really it. This can be published, and it'll become available to your end users, and let's see how that'll work now. So I'm going to go through a quick flow that demonstrates the use of some of these topics, that are available out of the box. These will enable fast return on investment and a delightful customer experience because they're going to enable your requesters to leverage natural language as they're working with these out-of-the-box topics that you've enabled. So I'm going to start out as this requester, and I'm just going to say, create a topic for our SA token issue, right? Just nice and conversational. And Here we go. So it's been understood, right? This seems pretty low test here. I'm just going to indicate that the issue is of low priority. And here we have this incident. So just like that, we've leveraged this out of the box topic to create an incident. I'm going to go ahead and click on it here. So it's going to open up the ticket itself for this RSA token issue. And we've got a new virtual agent topic here right next to it. And I'm going to employ another out of the box topic that's been enabled, check ticket status. All right, and here we'll select, it's going to give us an option between one of the requested items we've done. And we've got a couple of open incidents. So I'm going to select the incident itself, and in a real easy way, it provides me the update on the ticket. There's nothing new to see on it. So I'm going to say that I want to enter a comment, and that is just going to say any update on status. Now, this isn't something that the LLM is going to do anything with. It's just an update that's going to be reflected in the ticket. And you can see over here in the portal, just like that, that update's been reflected. Okay, and then last item we're going to go into here is, let's say that, this is the next day. We're going to do a refresh on this topic or within Virtual Agent, and nothing's been done. So I'm going to escalate the ticket. So this is what we just were working on in the designer to escalate the ticket. And we're going to say, we're going to work on this for this RSA ticket. And you can see it brings up, it verifies the ticket and asks for a justification. I'm going to say that I need this for a customer meeting. And here we've got the note added, and you can see too that the urgency was at a 3 and now it's at a 2, right? You can see it's 3 here and it's been modified, and that is how the escalate ticket status works. Again, we've gone through 3 different now LLM powered conversation topics that have been available out of the box, and they were so simple to go through. I know there wasn't a lot that was exciting to see here, but this is going to enable end users to leverage natural language to work with Virtual Agent to resolve their issues faster. And that's what I've got. Thanks, Brian. Back to you.
We will be hosting future events similar to this. This will be going on a monthly cadence. So please remember to check back frequently into the Live on ServiceNow portal. We will be hosting additional events focused on enablement, and we hope to answer any questions you guys have around how to use, how to turn on, how to start getting value from Now Assist, and help you guys be successful.
Thanks for joining, everybody. Good job, Brian.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good rest of your day, evening, wherever you may be. Thanks all.